Why I advocate a resource-based economy. It occurred to me while listening to a Venus Zeitgeist Project. Fucking cement wares. It occurred to me while watching a Venus Project video, why I support a resource-based economy, that actually I do support a resource-based economy, i.e. one driven by reference to the actual materials, instead of by government fiat. Let's call this the anti-status resource-based economy, shall we? Now, what are the benefits of this system as opposed to the current system or the Venus Project resource-based economy? 1. You still get money. There isn't a calculation problem. They're simply competing currencies. The currencies compete, you get the best one, or the best ones. 2. You can simply say technological innovation instead of the Venus Project, which supports technological innovation in this specific way, which is blah 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 blah. 3. There is no longer a need for that insane Marxist rhetoric of anti-government, of anti-statism, of anti-free market. Why is that a problem? Because it conflates the two, assuming that they're both the same. The focus is on the consumer or the worker, which is a good thing, but what is left out is the producers. 4. It's voluntary. You can go in, you cannot go in. It's kind of literally up to you. But now what's the massive, huge, enormous downside? It takes a shit-fuck ton of time to get there. Possibly even never. It is extremely impractical. Now, why is it impractical? Because it drives against the current beliefs of the time. We have beliefs because it has evolutionary value to it. Now I'm going to get into a lot of parallels with religion and Christianity and the such. And I expect that this point will be a high one of contention. This is actually the main thing that will be focused on, I'm assuming. You know how until we had YouTube and the internet, that Christianity was this huge deal. It was this thing that you kind of, do I talk about this or not? Now on YouTube, there are just huge outputs of anti-theism videos, and there's this place to talk about this stuff where you don't feel crowded out by crazy people. For multiple reasons, this isn't the case with anti-statism. For one, it has a referent. There's actually people who represent and are, in a sense, the state. They are the law, yeah. Accordingly, this meme has a stronger power, a stronger staying power, and it's going to take a lot longer to get rid of it, if we ever do. Now, what's the ironic benefit of this, at least in my opinion? There is no call to action whatsoever. None. Keep doing what you're doing. You are the revolution. Now, what do I mean by this? I mean that it is based entirely in your mind. Like with Christianity, the belief itself is what prevents all of this. It's going from atom to molecule, single person to organism. We act as a group, and this strangeness from one to many is really quite the hindrance, is really quite the difference, is really quite the benefit, and that benefit difference and all that stuff happening about, well, it makes for some interesting effects, and I think we're kind of seeing them. This could jump to the topic of group versus individual and are going continually to a more group type of thinking, while keeping it as well our individuality in a sense. But that's the topic for another time. This one is simply about me advocating a resource-based economy, anti-status version.